Greetings. I'm Jake McLaughlin, the Director of Serve Ministries, and with me is Tom Berlin, our lead pastor. I want to talk to you a little bit about our Christmas Eve offering today. 5 years ago, when I started working here, I found a remarkable thing that this church did, and that was our Christmas Eve offering. So, Tom, can you tell us about how we came to doing that?
You know, the big story of the Christmas Eve offering is we give it all away. None of it stays at Florist. We give it to people who are in need. We try to find the most vulnerable people and share it wholeheartedly and joyfully, just like you do at Christmas. It started many years ago. I'm not even sure how many now, but it started because I was reading a book that Christmas is Not Your Birthday. It was written by another United Methodist pastor. I was preaching a sermon series talking about how Christmas isn't your birthday, and a lot of us found that simple phrase to be absolutely revolutionary. You know, a lot of times Christmas gets lost because the focus is all wrong. The focus is on us, not on Christ, not on the tremendous generosity of God. And so we just made a decision that year, we're going to give the whole thing away.
That must have been tough.
Yeah. That, as you probably know, a lot of churches use the Christmas Eve offering to sort of make up the financial picture of the year. And so we had to make a decision. By giving it away, were we going to end up with a shortage of funds that was going to really negatively impact us? And what we found that first year, and you know, we joked about it, was the Christmas miracle. Florist members, really not that miraculous, very dependable people who gave, and we just found that nobody shorted their church giving to Christmas Eve. And that was just amazing for us because it allowed the church to have this huge excitement around that generosity, but the financial life of the church wasn't negatively impacted. And if anything, people became more generous to the church because they said, this church does exciting things. So tell us about the exciting things we're doing this year.
Sure. Well, we're going to be focusing our efforts on 4 different programs and ministries. The first 2 are with our organization, our partner organization, Helping Children Worldwide, through Mercy Hospital and the Child Rescue Center. Helping Children Worldwide is a very important organization for this church, and any opportunity for us to help serve the children, help serve those who are sick. We use the Christmas Eve offering as an opportunity to help Helping Children Worldwide continue their mission.
And friends, let me tell you, when you do that, our friends in Sierra Leone are kind of concerned that because we can't go there right now with Ebola, we can't send volunteers and mission teams, they're kind of concerned that we may lose our interest and we may lose the connection to all that. Especially this year when so many have died of Ebola in West Africa. You know, we've had 2 staff members at the hospital that have died from that, and we've had 2 that got it and were infected but survived. And we're just so pleased about the prayers answered in that regard. But this is a chance to say to them, we're with you. We're still with you. We haven't forgotten about you. But you know, the majority of our mission work here at Florist is not overseas, it's local. About probably 80% is local. And the Christmas Eve offering is going to have a local impact, but a new thing. Tell them about that.
Absolutely. We're really excited about this year. We're going to be partnering with Cornerstones, which is formerly named Rest Interfaith, to help them do their rapid rehousing program. You know, one of the things that Cornerstones tries to do is they try to help individuals and families that are homeless get into housing as quickly as possible. And that costs money, and that costs a lot of volunteer man hours, volunteer power. So what we're going to do is we're going to help them financially get some of these families into
and
homes.
we're going to help be the volunteers to help do that, and especially the portion of our congregation over at Restoration Church.
That's right.
This is going to be their first big mission outreach that'll help them coalesce and get some identity, but it's of course Florist as a whole. We're one church, 2 locations. So I'm really excited.
Absolutely.
We're getting people out of shelters in our community into more permanent housing. It's a huge piece of that transition into a more normative life.
That's right. It's going to be really exciting to get families into homes. And finally, we should probably talk about the final thing, which is our pastor's discretionary fund.
Right, and the pastor's discretionary fund is used in 2 ways. We help Florist members who have financial crisis. We've done everything from help people with rent, a mortgage payment, or sometimes utilities or other things that just come up when somebody becomes ill or loses a job. But it also helps people in the community.
That's right. That's right. Sometimes it's maybe an individual that could really use a hand up. Sometimes it's an organization that could really use some assistance with an emerging need. The pastor's discretionary fund really allows our congregation to be flexible and nimble in the ways that we serve the community.
It puts our generosity in place now, so that in the coming year, it's a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
That's right. That's right. So just as an example, we were able to give a few $1,000s to one of our partner organizations for an emerging need that they had recently with their housing for their homeless.
And so what's great is, these organizations contact your church, and your church is able to say almost immediately, wow, we can do that because of your generosity. So here's the thing, we're doing this kind of early. It's early in December right now, and we're telling you about the Christmas Eve offering. Why do we do that? Here's the reason. I hope that when you think about giving at Christmas, you think about this offering as a chance to educate your family, talk to your kids, see if they want to participate. If you're single or a married couple, think about yourself. What portion do I want to honor Christ? Because here's what my hope is. I hope this makes your Christmas more meaningful. I hope it feels more like something you do just for Christ at His birthday. That's still the truth that catches my attention. It's not my birthday, it's Jesus. And I hope that your family does it in a unified way, that kids get involved and parents talk about it. And here's the other thing. I hope you get up on Christmas morning and you look it up. Years ago, I had a church member, a Flores member, who said her child turned to her on Christmas morning, and before they ran down and looked at gifts and before they went to the tree and all that, they gathered around the computer and they wanted to see what's the total for the Christmas Eve offering this year. And she said, as a mother, that just meant the world to her, that's what her kids were celebrating on Christmas Day. That was a different kind of Christmas for her. That's what I'm hoping you have with your family. I know there are other Flores members who told me that their friends and relatives ask every year, how did the church do? Where'd the Christmas offering go this year? And listen, we're not promoting this because we're trying to raise a total. We don't really have any financial goal around this. We're trying to do it because we want to change your Christmas, and we want to bless the most vulnerable people on the planet in honor of Jesus' birthday. It's just that simple. None of the money stays here. It all goes out, and it all goes to worthy things. So I hope that's something you celebrate, and I hope it's going to be one of the things that brings you a Merry Christmas. And so Jake and I, we're going to say it together, right? Merry Christmas.